Okay, greetings, patriots, starseeds, lightworkers, and of course our brave military. Welcome to 1776 United, and we're in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are concerned in their respective countries that, you know, they're, sending messages in to me saying that, we have a lot of deep state tyrannical reptiles running around. And I get it. I know. It seems to be that only the G7 countries are under this reptile assault. Okay, but I can basically tell you right now that they are being monitored for what their actions are, and there's lots of indication right now that military, the Earth Alliance, and the global Jasara is in your countries, monitoring everything. Okay, they're just letting them do their thing, and as long as there's no physical harm, other than to your wallet, they're just going to play this out and keep track of these demons. Now, when I say the G7, I mean, Canada, United States, obviously Australia, New Zealand, England, France, Germany, Italy, it goes on, Spain. So these G7 countries, maybe even G8 or whatever they are, Trump knows all about them, okay? And he's putting them on the back burner until he gets Venezuela and Mexico cartels and the drug system set up, because they are, as long as that poison's coming into the United States, it's presenting harm, physical harm to the American people. And he's going to stomp that out, okay? And like I said before, there is layer upon layer upon layer of deep state activity going on, and they're uncovering so much more. Tulsi Gabbard is doing a terrific job by turning up all the old, turning up the rocks and seeing what kind of scorpions are underneath those rocks. And as they get picked off, and you're seeing the arrests that are happening right now, they're showing you basically that because it has to be done this way to show the criminal activity that the deep staters have, and the criminals and the deep state that are in these G7 countries, other than the United States right now, are being put on the back burner. Okay, so, but it's not like they're not going to be dealt with. They will be dealt with. Anybody that has done any nefarious operation or any harm to anybody at any time, that's been documented, okay? And they will be dealt with. This Nuremberg 2.0 will go on for years, okay? Because they are going to rid the planet of the reptiles and the monsters that they are, okay? There will be no more. And the narcissists that are there, they have their days numbered as well. All the narcissists out there that have done mental harm to other people and have this thing that's going on, that they thrive off of other people's misery, their days are numbered as well, okay? So this is all going to be dealt with. What we have to do as patriots, starseeds, light workers, freedom fighters, everybody, is just build our hearts and fill our hearts with love. And that's the only way that we can defeat the demons, is by filling our hearts with love, okay? And doing kind things for others, and you seeing people that are, down and desperate or whatever, give a helping hand. I know everybody's hurting right now, but this is the test. This is the test that we're having to go through. God's giving us a test for all the strong disciples and God's children that are out there. He's giving them the test, to be able to help your fellow man. And we're there for him. We're there to, make our ecosystem a much, much better place. All this is being documented, okay? So we have to stay the course on this. It will, in every country that is having problems, okay, will get dealt with, okay? It's being dealt with even right now. The snakeheads who you think that are operating as heads of state or politicians or whatever, they've already been arrested, okay? They have body doubles that are in place playing the central casting role, all right? Newsom out of California, that's all role playing. That's all, he's just an actor. He's been taken out a long, long time ago. Carney out of Canada, he's completely compromised and he does exactly what the Earth Alliance is telling him to do. All these WEF ass-kissing bitches are done, okay? They're not who they think they are. They're not who you think they are, okay? They are actors playing a part of a role to keep everything in place, not to shake up humanity's psyche too much, okay? Things are changing, and what the Earth Alliance and the Jasara Alliance right now is putting on display about all the arrests, the indictments that are coming out. All this has to be played out methodically. And for the patriots, for the starseeds and light workers, I know it's painful because we're aware and awake of everything that's going on. But there is so many people out there that still haven't got it. Now, myself personally, I'm not coming on as much anymore, and I'm not because I feel my job is done. I'm basically at this point, preaching to the choir. Anybody that wants to listen, is resonating with what I'm saying, but there's, if these NPCs and liberals haven't woken up yet, they're not going to wake up. And what's the point of trying to I don't know, what's the point of it, right? That's what I see. What we're trying to do right now is work our way through this, and the show that is being displayed right now is for them, and we have to stay out of it. We have to continue doing what we're doing until this is going to come full exposure. Now, it doesn't say that good things aren't happening, because there is a lot of good things that are happening in the shadows or in the behind the curtains. There's a lot of great things that are happening out there, and one of them is the financial end of it. And I believe that we're going to start seeing the precious metals start moving, and I, as I said before, any of the old system, the old matrix, I wouldn't take them seriously. People are trying to come after you by threatening you to go to court for paying the bills and stuff like that. I would make an affidavit and fight them. Let's go to court, right? Because all the documents that has ever been signed by you is all illegal, right? I mean, your name isn't even legal. The whole thing has to come down, everything. So, every time you're entertaining this matrix, you're playing inside their sandbox. Don't be a part of it. Walk away from it. I'm working on some things with the magnets and the wires systems and spark plugs and stuff like this for the free light. Have free lighting and stuff like that, because I'm watching it on on YouTube. Get yourself into a little bit of a hobby thing to try to better your life, so it doesn't cost you anything to stay off the grid. These are great, things that are on the internet that are out there that are very, very useful for us going forward into the future. There's going to be so many, like, they say 1/3, but I think it's more than half of the planet will not come with us. They're just not going to come with us. They're being left behind right now. And what the Alliance is trying to do through the scriptures and what God has wanted his children to do is try to bring as many people along. But that's really not our job anymore. We've done our job. For 10 years we've been, trying to, say what we had to say to try to, push the influence to the, law and order in, under the laws of God, right? And if people haven't got to that point where they understand what's going on now, well then, it's like trying to bring back a dead horse. It just won't happen. And to us, why should we, burn our energy up trying to revive something that is not revivable? So take care of yourselves. Take care of your family, your kids. Talk to the people that are on the fence, that are inside your family. If you want to try to convince people, try to convince your bloodline. Your blood that's there, right? If they do what you can. If you can't, then don't sweat it. I mean, I've got kids in my family that I got 3 of them out of my 6 kids. I got 3 that I haven't heard from for years. And, they're walking their own path. Doesn't mean I don't love them. I love them very much, but I'm not going to, pry my way into their life just because they have a different point of view in life. They're old enough and they're adults and they can make their own decisions. If they want my decision or want my opinion, they can come to me and ask me. But I'm not going to go chasing, trying to display my information. I will try to continue my podcasts, but I'm not going to, I'm going to maybe lighten it up a bit because, I think at this point the show's just about over, and I think we're there, and by watching everything that's going on, Israel's done. It's finished. Ukraine, Russia is finished. There is no more wars on the planet, as we know. Trump has stopped 7, 8, 9 wars, and what's happening right now is the only war that's going on is to try to stop the fentanyl and the cocaine coming into the United States, and that's a direct attack on the traffickers that are involved in that. And once that is done, they're going to go straight into Canada and stop that shit show as well. So we're going to see lots of good changes, and I think there's going to be a lot of things come this fall and continuing even through the winter that is only going to get better for the patriots and the God-fearing people of this planet. It's just going to get stronger and better and stronger and better. So, hang in there. We're in a very, very good position, patriots. Okay. And I get, I always get demonized by a lot of libtards, but they don't get it. So I feel sorry for them, but I'm not going to, I just delete them, and they're insignificant. They're irrelevant for what, our cause is, for what we've done our job. And we should consider ourselves digital heroes for changing as many people as we did. In final, I have a 23-year-old boy laying in a coffin downstairs and the family's mourning him. 23 years old. He's in a coffin at our house right now for a period before they set up for the funeral because he took the Kool-Aid. I have people all around here that are dying because of it right now, because of what has happened. The planet is changing. People are waking up to all this, and we have to go through this sad period in order to understand exactly what's going on. Anyways, my time is up, and God bless everybody. Hang in there. We're just about home, okay? Bye for now.